Alright, so this video is going to be dedicated to prices. Now we'll take a look at Moonriver, NEER from Bitcountry Pioneer, Kusama and Polkadot. So let's kick things off with Moonriver. It hasn't been a great time for MOVR holders. As you know, we did get some spikes because these spikes do come from time to time. I did mention previously that we had seen spikes with MOVR in the past. I mean, we've had a number of them. If we look here, back in June, in July, and also in August, and now we had another one in September, which is this one here that actually happened yesterday. This was the spike to 14.13, and you may say, well, this is not really a spike. Well, it is, because if you think about it, we did dump to 11.61 on the low here. As you can see, the lowest candle that we had on the 6th of September. And had you bought around then, because you would have sold around here, let's say, and you would have bought the pullback, then if you would have been patient and held it, then you could have sold above 13.50, because you likely wouldn't have known that it would go to 14. So let's say between 13.50 and 14, you could have placed sell orders and exit, and now you could wait for another pullback, because it looks like it is coming, right? On the 12-hour chart, we are getting another pullback. Now we're moving back into the red zone. We're likely going to revisit this area around 12.20, 12.30 or so, maybe even below 12, and I'll be looking to buy some more MOVR when we get to those levels underneath 12 bucks, right? Because that's what I'm targeting right now. This is for trading, of course, or flipping. Now, with regards to NEER, this has been a disgrace. Unfortunately, I did not expect the price to dump so much. 25 cents is an absolute joke, considering there are like 22 million in circulation. Remark have 9.5 million in circulation, and the price is around 260 right now. So how can you explain that both of these projects have no products, because Remark doesn't have Skybreach yet? There's zero utility for Remark right now, and there's zero utility right now for NEER as well, yet NEER is down about 20%, I should say, because of the circulating supply. This one being a metaverse platform, Remark being a metaverse, 2D metaverse, well, not yet, but to become a 2D metaverse, and then with Bitcountry Pioneer to launch their fully engageable metaverse platform, where people could just build their metaverses in, right, and jump from metaverse to metaverse, also with staking. So I mean, it is disappointing to see this price. I really didn't expect it. In all of the price analysis videos that I've done in the past, I did not foresee something so bad to happen to NEER, this kind of dump, and for people to actually want to sell these at these prices. And then I was told by a person, I'm not going to mention the name, but a person that I trust and knows a lot of people in this space, has told me that there are a lot of backdoor deals happening, unfortunately, and whatever vesting periods we see for private sales don't necessarily mean that they are actually the real vesting periods. I mean, we could see side deals where projects, I should say, pay private investors in, like, they give them coins and then they receive the cash and they get them unlocked from the beginning, from TGE. And so, I mean, could this be one of those cases? Let me know in the comments below, because it seems weird to me, right? Maybe it's not the case, but it just seems weird to me how we would dump so much so quickly and to cause this kind of impact. This is absolutely crazy. I did not expect NEER to be so low. It is a shame. In terms of the Kusama value, yeah, you may argue that you are getting more Kusama, but then you did have to lock it up for almost 10 months before you got your access to your Kusama, and then 11 months for your Kusama back. So, you know, even with staking rewards, I mean, you had the 7 days then, and if you smell that the bear market is coming, you had plenty of time to sell Kusama at 200, at 100, and then had you bought NEER with only a small fraction of that Kusama, you could have gotten it for the same amount that you would have paid 10 times as much Kusama to lock it up for that crowd loan. So it is embarrassing. It is a shame. It is wrecking, right? It's damaging. And I know some people in my community have said that parachains are now becoming a VC Dumpfest, and this is the reality. I'm sorry to say it, this is the reality. I mean, the only gems here are DOT and KSM, no matter how you look at it. Everything else has become a VC Dumpfest. Everything has been dumped consistently. VCs are just looking for exit liquidity, and that's how it is. It's a sad reality. And you may argue, well, in the bear market everything dumps. Yeah, sure it does, but other ecosystems are doing a bit better than Dotsama, and it is a shame. Looking at Kusama, 52.97, it is trying to push back now above to get back to that $55 range. but it is going to be hard because we did go that low. We went that low that it's hard to believe that we reached 45 bucks once again for Kusama. We are struggling to get back, but remember, resistance is real, and there's plenty of that around $59 here. So I'm not expecting that to break anytime soon, right? And I am expecting that with the next pullback for Bitcoin, because we're not done with these pullbacks, we're not done with these dumps, we're likely going to see more sideways action. Then we can expect Kusama to go back to this range of around 45 bucks. And for DOT, 772, right? It is holding okay, considering that the new support line, or I should say the old support line that we had here, is around 650. We didn't go back to revisit that, but we did go to 685 or so when we had that last pullback here after the massive dump from 940. Actually, we went to almost 10 bucks here. So it's crazy to see it go to 10 bucks and then pull back all the way down to almost that low that we've had, the all-time low. Well, I shouldn't say all-time low because the all-time low was like, what, $1 something? But I mean, I'm talking about low from the top here, because we had this pump to over 50 bucks and then the low was $6.50. So yeah, absolutely massive crush here. This is the reality of the bear market, and it is a shame that we have to see something like this happen, but it is happening, and we just have to put up with it. I am expecting another one of these massive spikes to come at some point with the next bull run, but before we'll see that, we could just be seeing this kind of sideways action, going to 10 bucks, drop into 650, go into maybe 15 bucks, drop into about 8 bucks, and then pushing higher when the bull market returns. Like, we could see something like that happen, or we could see even lower action. We could see this go to even $4 for all we know, and it could happen, right? So this is the reality right now, and we have to put up with it. We have to be patient, and we also have to analyze other ecosystems, because remember, if you catch these ecosystems early, if you find that next Kusama, that next Polkadot early, then you could make huge gains. We have to be real about this. It is possible that you could make that next 10x, 50x, whatever x, even 2x, right? And in the next bull run, it's going to be massive, right? If you're finding that next gem, the one that's going to have enough backers, enough hype, enough marketing, and enough tech behind it to do the talking. Because if you only have tech without marketing, you are bound to fail eventually, because nobody knows about you, because you're not marketing yourself. It just makes it look like you don't care about your own project if you don't want to market it, right? So again, we know that Polkadot and Kusama have been suffering in terms of marketing, and what's good is that there are things being done to improve that. But right now, with these market conditions, it is going to be hard. So we'll have to put up with it. We have to wait. The hype with the parachain auctions has dropped significantly. They are struggling to attract new devs to work on potential parachains or para threads and to potentially win auctions and launch as a parachain. We are struggling to see that. Like with Kusama, things are dying out. We're going to get the odd one here and then, but there's no real competition anymore. So it's anyone is able to get a parachain slot now. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just become really easy, and there are not enough builders right now coming to Dotsama. And aside from builders, there may be builders, but we need users. Like, who wants to use Dotsama right now, right? Not many people do, right? It's usually the same community that started, and maybe some of the hardcore members that are sticking around. Like, a lot of the community members that were in it at the beginning have left. It's the reality of the situation. So on this channel, I am going to start looking into other ecosystems, young ecosystems, which may have potential, and I will be talking about those as well. I'm not going to completely abandon Polkadot and Kusama. Of course, I'll still talk about the news when we get something, but it's not going to be a Dotsama focused channel anymore. So my idea is to do these next 2 interviews that I've got planned. One for Moonbeam, the next one for Polkadex, and then kind of take a break, step back a bit from Dotsama, cover them from time to time, and cover potentially new and great ecosystems that are about to come to fruition with the next bull market. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.